Thanks, Jeff, and welcome everybody. Thanks for coming along. For those that have attended the plenaries over the last couple of days, you might be surprised to hear that we've actually made some real progress in Australia in our National Reserve System. That term hasn't been used too much, and we're talking too much about the expansion of our MPA estate in this country. So what we want to do today is, I guess, highlight some of the real progress that we have made over the past 20 years or so, some of the challenges that have occurred along that way, and some of the ways forward in terms of how we're going to meet our energy targets. So, a bit of that history. This was the terrestrial protected area estate back in 1997. So up until about the mid-90s, Australia's protected area estate basically developed by a series of different states and territories developing their own law. And it was around the time that we signed up to our Convention on Biological Diversity commitments that the states, the territories and the Commonwealth came together and said we need to make a strategic approach here and basically outline the principles of comprehensiveness, adequacy and representativeness. And we basically outlined some 90 odd bioregions throughout the country and made a conscious decision to fill gaps in those bioregions, both at the bioregional level and the vegetation level. And so this is what we've seen happen in the 20 years since. We've seen basically doubling of the reserve estate and increasing it to around 16% in 2012. And we were Mr. on the other night, saying we've got to 17% now. That's across the country. The Safe already made some real progress in terms of having some very large, iconic reserves in the mid-90s, Great Barrier Reef and other reserves, but we've also expanded that dramatically as well in the last couple of years. This is what we have now. This is our reserve system as at 2012, our latest data set. So how have we grown the system? It's been a variety of methods. We've upgraded existing public land, be that in forests, our regional forest agreement process, picking out endangered ecosystems that might be on allocated Crown lands, such as grasslands in Victoria. We've seen a real growth in the interest from Indigenous people in protecting their own country through IPAs, Indigenous protected areas. We've seen people, farmers, landowners wanting to protect their own properties through legally binding agreements like conservation covenants. And we've seen the real rise in the land trust sector, private NGOs buying large tracts of underrepresented habitat to add to the reserve system. So today we've got, I guess, a variety of great speakers, experts in their field to talk in different parts of the reserve system, from the public, state, private, Indigenous, marine, freshwater, and finally looking at how we're going in terms of achieving our energy targets. Minister announced on the other night that we haven't met them already. I think there's a representation point of view in here which we need to discuss.